Hello, hello, and welcome to Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM, The Long War, San Andreas. Now, I know I just added a Rockstar Games-esque subtitle there, but since we spent all last episode jacking an alien ride, it kind of felt appropriate. Honestly, I may be overselling a little bit, though, because other than picking up a new set of wheels for Jesse James to haul back to HQ and chop down for parts, not a whole lot really actually happened. And that's despite the fact that we rolled with a less than stellar crew, had more than a few sort of B and C listers on our team, which usually generates a little drama on the mission, a tense moment or a critical shot that misses, something along those lines. But, well, our last one went a lot like an episode of Gotham, which is to say that wasn't really as exciting as you expected a show about a rogues gallery of second fiddles was going to be. So. But I digress, I guess, my opinions on Gotham aside. Anyway, we did pick up a couple promotions on the mission. Nothing that we really need to take care of. We handled all those last time. So really, other than maybe smoking a few cigarettes and watching a little Captain Kangaroo, we really don't have a whole lot to do but to go ahead and start scanning. And while I like Mr. Green Jeans, of course, as much as the next guy, I really don't think Optimus Prime would appreciate his XCOM commander slacking off to watch a kids show from the 60s and 70s. We better probably get to work. Also, if he catches us watching Captain Kangaroo, he's going to be pissed because Optimus Prime, well-known Howdy Doody fan. So. And personally, I think that puppet is absolutely horrifying. So let's just start scanning instead. I don't want to be forced to watch creepy puppet stuff.
Aircraft transfer complete.
Alright, so Russia with an absolutely ridiculous proposal. Although, honestly, I've made that trade before, sans the engineers, but not for a scout sniper. And not when we're closing in on being able to build firestorms. So, sorry, Russia. Gonna have to go with not now. A few aircraft coming back on duty, that's good. We shuffled some around to cover some holes that were created by some long-term UFO damage. Little AP ammo, that's fine. We can give that to some of our assault troopers, so the next time they run into a berserker, they might actually be able to hurt the son of a bitch. Shredder ammo, of course, we usually have that pretty well covered with our gunners. Most of our gunners have shredder ammo, but in the event we don't have a shredder gunner along, we can pop that in as well. Still more scanning then. Breaching ammo, yes, lovely.
Contact detected.
Alright, so we have another friggin' destroyer. And it is high, which means it's either looking for or going to shoot down our satellite. These guys just won't leave Africa alone, and we have one aircraft. And it has avalanche missiles. Well, we're gonna send Candyman up on defensive and just maybe hope he can hit the satellite, I guess. That was some pretty poor planning on my part, actually.
Pursuit. Approaching target now. We lost the bubble.
So, of course, Candyman hit on his first shot, which is going to earn him like a week in the dump bin. Let's hope this thing doesn't shoot down our satellite again.
Contact detected.
Alright, so we have another UFO, a small scout low over the United States, where fortunately we actually have some troopers ready. Let's send up old Sparrow on defensive with avalanche missiles just to soften this bad boy up a little bit. I can't believe I have no interceptors over Africa. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Enemy is padlocked.
That's just poor planning.
Closing on target.
Contact lost.
Well done, you contributed literally nothing. That's
Contact detected.
fine job. Let's send Heater up and see if De Nunez can strike this motherfucker out. Come on, De Nunez. Go pickle the beast. You can do it.
Eyes on the bandit.
We also have no tracking boosters, so... Seriously, he got cracked in half in one shot. De Nunez, serious damage suffered during the mission, but he did net a kill, so we can't thwart him too badly. Let's keep an eye on UFO 59, which is definitely up to no good.
Commander, we've lost some of our
Son of a
coverage.
bitch.
We are now unable to detect any UFO contacts in that area.
Yeah, of course we're not. They just God damn, that's like the third satellite they've shot down over Africa. They like a dog with a bone, man. I just can't get it off. Actually, they're more like a dog with its favorite pillow. They just won't stop humping it. Ah, bastards. Alright, let's head out of here and over to the Situation Room. And how did that increase panic in Brazil? That makes no sense at all. Fortunately, we do have a backup satellite, which we keep just for this specific purpose. So, launch the backup. I'll go over South Africa. Whee!
Satellite uplink facilities at maximum capacity.
Now, the
Additional
drawback
uplink
to that is
required.
they jerk the funding every single time that happens. Every single time a satellite goes down, there's a bug in this build where they pull the $60, so they're pulling, well, dollars, whatever, credits, mega credits, whatever they are. They pull that funding from you every time that satellite goes down, but relaunching a satellite does not return it to you. So, if you get enough satellites shot down, eventually you're going to run into a serious cash flow problem, and from the looks of things now, we are actually going to lose Brazil because we had to put that satellite back over Africa where we have interceptors, which means we can't launch it over Brazil. Now, arguably, we couldn't have launched it over Brazil anywhere because, well, our scanning capacity was full up. We were just about as full as Lindsay Lohan after 24 hours bellied up to the bar at the Viper Room. But, still, Brazil, gonna have to, that's basically just gonna earn us another alien base that we have to raid, which we're getting close to being prepared to do, but not quite there yet. What have we got that we can say, be upbeat about? I'm looking for something positive. Well, Advanced Aerospace Concepts finishes in 3 days, so I guess there's that. We get to go visit Dr. Shen. That's always a delightful thing. Hooray! Hi, Dr. Shen. How are you? The same miserable old prick you were last time we were down here? Yeah, it seems about right. Shut up or I'm going to stab you in the throat. So just build me another backup satellite.
Our current satellite uplink facilities
Yeah.
are at full capacity. We should build additional uplinks as soon as possible.
We
to allow for
absolutely
new
should, but
satellite
here's the thing,
deployments.
Central. Last time you said that same thing to me when I built the backup satellite, the one that we just relaunched because you let one get shot down, or rather, I did actually through some suboptimal planning. But still, I'm blaming you. Anyway, we're going to rebuild that again. Just upset about the credits that it costs because we are going to need almost all of our available funds for Foundry projects here in the very, very near future. And if we lose another satellite, of course, we'll be just flat out of one for a little while. So, everything going swimmingly. I'm a little salty about that satellite, actually, and more than a little. Speaking of which, let's head to our hangar, see if we can fix some of the African problem that we have. So, 16 days. Let's get 20 days. Well, Candyman's going to be down, so we might as well give you avalanche missiles. It's going to add another day of downtime to Candyman, but honestly that hardly matters since pretty sure he couldn't hit his own ball bag with his dropped dick, so hardly matters what he's armed with. I guess actually if you can't hit your own ball bag with a dropped dick, it sort of does matter what you're armed with, because say you're armed with a bowling ball and you miss your ball bag, you're going to drop it on your foot. That's no fun if you smash your foot with the bowling ball. That's gonna fucking suck. I guess it's better than smashing your nuts, arguably, but still. Anyway, let's get back to scanning. Maybe we can get those 3 days to pass. Sure. Why not? We don't need weapon fragments. We have 1 billion. Here's our tracking boosters. And flamethrower. I'm actually quite delighted about the flamethrower. I'm really looking forward to taking that son of a bitch out there and setting some aliens on fire and laughing while they roll around. I'm not even going to shoot at them. I'm just going to let them burn. And once they're burned, if I need to intimidate the other aliens, I might eat some of them. I mean, Shia LaBeouf is a cannibal. If he'll go cannibal and eat human, why wouldn't he turn and maybe, nosh on a little muton? I bet muton tastes like chicken. That's very interesting. Not now, Canada, but we may revisit that, because that's a lot of cash. Oh! Let's take a look. Lindsay Lohan, psychically powered. Woo, doo, 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 doo. Yes, that's right. The psychically powered Lindsay Lohan. It turns out if you, drink 5,000 gallons of gin, you actually get psychic powers. And while normally those psychic powers are limited to controlling the DTs, you can apparently also use them to make aliens panic and run around. Who knew? I guess Freaky Friday was, that must have been all Lindsay. She was actually just using mind control on Jamie Lee Curtis. What about, I'm guessing, Tara Reid? Holy shit, Tara Reid, also a psychic. No one saw that coming, not even Tara Reid, and she's psychic, apparently. That's, I can't believe she succeeded at anything. That's the first time success has ever been printed to the right, left, up, above, or below Tara Reid's name. Previously, her best performance, other than a success, her previous best performance, of course, was noble effort, not a miserable failure. Those were the kinds of things that were written on her report card as a child, but I'm actually quite pleased with the fact that Tara Reid is psychic. I find that hysterically funny. So let's assign some new research, and here we go. So wingtip sparrowhawks, fantastic. Penetrator weapons, fantastic. Improved avionics, fantastic. We're going to be doing a whole truckload of Foundry projects. Armored fighters, of course, also fantastic. Super Sky Ranger, we're going to want. Effectively, we're going to be buying all of these items. But first, we need to figure out what it is specifically that we want to research next. I'm actually leaning towards Gauss weapons. 7 days. We can do Terror Ship in 2 days. Let's get the Terror Ship knocked out, actually.
These advancements could completely change the course of scientific progress. A new, untouched field of study just waiting for able minds.
Geez, Dr. Valen, I'm surprised that you have time to investigate new and untouched fields of studies, what with all the alien snuff films you've been making. I can't help but notice that outsider shard we brought back from our last mission is suspiciously missing. What have you been doing with that? Actually, now that I honestly think about that, what Dr. Valen may have been doing with that shard is more than a little disturbing. I don't want to know what orifice it may or may not have been inserted in. I'm going to get the hell out of here before she tells me. So, our research has started, but we have a buttload of Foundry projects.
Do we not have an ethical obligation to prepare these soldiers for the changes, permanent changes, that they will experience?
Like chopping their arms and legs off? I would say, yeah, we sort of have an ethical obligation to do that, but then again, some of them have been coming back without missions for arms and legs for almost a year now, so it seems like we should have started those preparations a long time ago, and they should pretty much already be in full swing, Dr. Shen. Sometimes I'm concerned about you. Why can we not research these? Oh, we just don't know. Penetrator weapons. Super Sky Ranger. Alright, so Super Sky Ranger, definitively yes, begin that project.
I'll make sure production begins immediately.
Yeah, you do that.
As soon as we've got something, I'll be in touch.
Alright. I look forward to hearing from you, Dr. Shen. Specifically, I look forward to hearing that you're dead, but the Foundry project's nice too, I suppose. Anyway, before Dr. Shin interrupted me, I was about to say, now we're going to see why I've been saving tons and tons of alien corpses, and this specifically is that reason. I've been stockpiling them in order that we might be able to research all of these items at once. So our mountainous pile of floater corpses is going the way of the dodo. And I know I've got a lot of clicking sounds here. I apologize for that if you can pick that up. It's 79 thin men. That's a lot of dead thin men. It's like a whole generation of hipsters just laying in a pile somewhere in a freezer. 30 chrysalid carcasses. Yeah, we could probably do with fewer of those as well. Drone wrecks. We'll probably get rid of a few of those too. What else should we do? Down to only 70 melds, so we're not going to sell any of those. Mechtoid cores, we can go ahead and keep onto those. 81 Seeker
We've got
Rex.
some vets on our side. It takes a serious pair to go face to face with one of those things.
One of what things? Veterinarians go face to face with sick animals every day. I don't know what you're talking about, Doctor. I mean, they actually even go face to ass with sick animals I've seen, I've seen veterinarians pull cows, and I'm telling you, that's way worse than anything that any of our troopers have done recently. So our goal actually is to get to 600. And we're going to be able to get pretty close with our gigantic, titanic pile of Seeker wrecks. We had 81 dead Seekers. I don't want to get rid of Muton corpses. Let's get rid of more floaters. We'll just flush those floaters and... that was fucking terrible. Anyway, fat load of cash there, and it's all going straight to the Foundry.
Arrived this morning, Commander.
Seriously, I sent you one guy 10 minutes ago, Dr. Shen. How did you even have time to put him through orientation yet? I want to punch you. So, wingtip Sparrowhawks we absolutely want. Yes. Now, the other question is whether I want improved avionics or penetrator weapons. Improved avionics give you a bonus chance to hit. Penetrator weapons give you more damage. Actually, we can do both, because it's only... well, we'll just do both then. Hooray! So, if you've been wondering why I was sitting on a massively, titanically huge pile of corpses for the last forever, right there is why. That allows us to get all of those items, except for armored fighters, which, again, I'm desperate to get. But I'm a little low on alloys, and we're going to need most of our floater corpses also to get rid of that, so... As soon as we get another influx of cash, we will be doing armored fighters as well.
The Foundry is already warmed up. I'll make sure to notify
I can
you
see
as
that
soon
it's
as
warmed up,
production
Dr.
is
Shen.
finished.
Actually, Dr. Shen is just referring to the fact that he recently installed a kerosene space heater over in the back, because the Mr. Rogers sweater that he keeps on at pretty much all times has not been adequate for his heat conservation needs lately. He's been a little chilly down there. He's been having some problems. So he had him put in some baseboard heaters, and then he fired up a little kerosene space heater as well. And he's nice and toasty warm. Of course, all the people that aren't 8,000 years old are just sweating bullets down there 24 hours a day. More than a few have handed in their resignations because they've just said the working conditions are unbearable. But Dr. Shen is nice and toasty warm. So back to mission control. Another round of psi training. And Justin Bieber, also psychic. Really, Justin Bieber? You're psychically powerful, huh? How come you didn't know that pissing in that janitor's bucket was going to be a real bad idea? I mean, you're psychic. It seems like you should have known that. Anyway, let's take a look at our soldier list and see who else on the slab here has the potential to be a psychic warrior. I'm actually not really interested in sending Joss Whedon in. He has a decent will, but our gunners have better, more useful things to do than worry about throwing psychic powers. Do we have any sort of lower level guys that... You know what, actually? McBeef? You, would actually be a pretty reasonable psi inspiration guy. Why don't you, go see if you can pick that up? And I don't want to take all of our medics because I want to make sure we have at least one who's available on duty. Drake is slow enough that it's very tempting. You know what? Actually, Rocketeers would be a very useful thing to send through the psychic training program. Tiger Cougar Woods is a 41. It's not so good. Ian Ziering actually is a 46, which is... It's not terrible aim, but it's not terrible, but it's not great. Dominic Purcell, of course, has a considerably lower will than he began with due to the number of critical wounds he has taken. And it looks like it's going to be... Oh, you know what? Sung Kang would also actually fit pretty well in that. We're going to have him learn Mind Fray. And I think that's probably good for now, then. We've got sort of two guys cooking in the Psi Labs. Somewhat lower percentages for these folks, of course, however. Anyway, back to scanning. Let's see if we can pick up an actual mission then. Nope. Sorry, can't spare those. And some more research complete. And it's going to be the Outsider Shard then. Please, please don't tell us where that's been, Dr. Valen. I mean, seriously, I do not want to know where that thing has been. Just do the research on it and give me the skeleton key.
Contact detected.
We have a large UFO over Nigeria. We have no chance of shooting that down because I'm pretty sure we don't have any interceptors. Yeah, so delightful. So we'll just keep an eye on this. My guess is it's probably going to land. This could be either a terror mission or abduction mission.
Commander,
Abduction
our
mission.
failure to respond to the latest UFO contact is sure to displease the Council. One of our top priorities.
You know, I've
is
about
to
had it
maintain
with you telling
satellite
me what will
coverage over
displease the
Council's
Council,
member
Central.
nations.
I know that it's going to displease the Council. Optimus Prime, I'm the one he bitches at, not you. I mean, it's not, although arguably I bitch at you, so I guess there's a trickle-down effect, so maybe you have a point. I'll just shut up and do the abduction
Commander,
mission.
we're tracking several reported abductions via the
No
hologlobe.
shit.
I've got the coordinates locked in.
At least you did one thing useful and told me where it was. So, abduction mission here, we have a heavy level of alien resistance. We do have a pretty reasonable cadre of troopers available, though, so not necessarily all of our top quality guys. But we do have an adequate team that should be able to thwart this mission pretty safely. I think Lindsay All Day Lohan, of course, should lead the charge, given her new psychic powers. So let's check Lindsay's loadout. We're going to have to make items available. Yes, oh, they actually moved it. So used to clicking that slot now that Lindsay has mind free. Curious as to what to do with myself. So a scope and a laser sight then for Lindsay along with her heavy laser. Probably going to need a top quality gunner, and I think this time we're actually going to take old porno Paris Hilton. It's been a while since Paris has seen some action. And I mean that both literally and figuratively, actually. It's been a long time since Paris has seen any action. Not what I was looking for, actually. Yeah, okay, she can't use either breaching or... Okay, I was curious if she can use breaching ammo, but apparently she cannot. So, it's going to be just a scope, alloy bipod, and of course the Shanae Jenkins Memorial Gatling laser. And I don't know why I put phalanx armor on Paris. I don't... Must have been on drugs for 5 minutes, I guess. Let's take old Mel. I think we should take Mel Gibson. We're going to have quite a few high-ranking troopers on this mission. And Mel, of course, has lead by... Was it not lead by example? So shall you fight. That gives our higher-ranking troopers more kill XP, so we'll take him. And we're going to do scope and a laser sight then for Uncle Mel as well. And that was a Dr. Seuss-esque incidental rhyme there. We'll do that for Dr. Mel as well. And the Bieber can go since he's got his newfound cosmic psychic powers. Justin Scarecrow Bieber now convinced that since he has Mind Fray, he's actually convinced that he is DC's Scarecrow incarnate. He's going to get in a fist fight with Cillian Murphy, and it's going to be real ugly because it's going to be two sort of thinnish, kind of skinny-armed dudes slap fighting each other. It's just going to be embarrassing for everyone involved. But I mean, it's going to happen, so get ready. TMZ actually has a dedicated unit standing by to film it. They're on 24-hour call. We are going to want a scout and an assault trooper, and I think Pink and Drake will team up nicely in that respect. So phalanx armor for Pink. He's going to grab a scatter laser and an arc thrower. And you know what? What rank is Drake? Matt Lauer actually is available, but Drake is... Where the hell did you go, Drake? He's a sergeant. Alright. I was going to say if he's the same rank as Sidney Poitier, we're going to take Sidney Poitier, but they're actually not, so... Phalanx armor, and of course the Dr. Ann Glass Memorial Shotgun. Moon Bloodgood, Noble Sacrifice, never forget. And we're going to give... You know what? It's going to be breaching ammo. Rather than the breaching ammo, he's going to get a... Drake needs an arc thrower, of course. He's going to be one of our capture units. Or is he? Yeah, he is on this mission. But instead of the flashbang, we're going to give him breaching ammo. What's that leave us? We've got... We need some kind of area of effect damage, either a Rocketeer or, more ideally, an Engineer. I don't think we need Kim Kardashian. Let's take Kesha. We haven't had Kesha out in a while. Kesha, of course, more than willing to sing the chorus of her mega smash hit Timber as she whips grenades into giant piles of alien bodies. And you know what? Kid has been so good for us recently. I honestly think it's time to just reward the little fellow with a little more action. Why, thank you, Michael. I'm quite looking forward to destroying the alien menace with you today. Nice to hear, kid. By the way, what's up with the old British guy, kid? I mean, how does he figure into it? I mean, I know he invented you and whatnot, but why does he just hang out with you? I mean, it seems like maybe he should be inventing other artificially intelligent automobiles. I mean, if he did one in a shitty 80s Camaro, couldn't he put one like in a Bentley or, you know, like a Phantom, something cool, maybe a Rolls Royce? The shitty sort of 1980s
Listen up. We're going to be dropping you
Camaro
deep
was
in
the
the
best he could
Nigerian
come up
interior
with.
for the next operation.
The alien abductions are becoming more brazen every day. We've got reports coming in of attacks in broad daylight.
Oh, man.
We're the only
Not in
ones who can
broad
respond to
daylight.
this
How
threat,
dare those
so we should
alien
get down there.
bastards. Clearly broad daylight. Broad daylight, folks. Right here. Broad daylight.
Central, this is Big Sky.
Actually not a big fan of this map, and it seems like we always run into
Roger,
difficult
Big Sky.
aliens
Reading you
on
5
this
by 5.
particular
Strike
location,
one has the
which
green light for
has
deployment.
a lot of half cover, but not an abundance of full cover, which is sort of a problem. So let's get Mel Gibson posted up. Mel Gibson, actually one of our units that can, you know, stand in half cover and actually be reasonably cool.
On the move.
So we're gonna have Uncle Mel head over. We're not gonna put him on Overwatch yet, just in case we get the opportunity
Will do.
for Uncle Mel to take a squad sight shot. Gonna whip the battle scanner out here with the beams, of course. You know what? I may actually short that a little intentionally.
Let's have a peek.
Worried about line of sight issues with that truck, so probably should have just thrown it to the left or right of the truck, because that revealed almost precisely nothing. So let's grab Paris Hilton. She's going to advance at a dash then.
Got it. Moving.
That should be relatively safe with the battle
Alien
scanner
object
out.
in sight.
And we'll take
Pulling
Kesha
out.
to a similar level. I don't want to put anyone forward of where Paris Hilton
I'm on the
is.
move.
So we will advance, do a little bit of dashing. I do want a couple Overwatch shots, so Kit's going to fall up here and be on Overwatch. He's going to fall up. Can one actually do that? Falling up. I suppose if you were in like a null gravity environment, you could probably fall up.
Moving to Overwatch.
Honestly, probably a question for someone much smarter
Orders
than
confirmed.
myself.
Moving out.
Maybe a physicist, scientist, astronaut, you know.
Aye, aye, Commander.
And then Overwatch to close things out for Lindsay Lohan and Uncle Mel Gibson. It's been a while since Uncle Mel has had any blood on his hands, so he's probably going into a sort of withdrawal. Mel tends to get a little bit grumpy when it's been several days since he's killed. And honestly, I think here probably our best exploratory move is going to be with our Shiv. Let's take the Shiv forward. Nothing, huh? Alright, interesting. Let's take Pink forward then to this half cover.
Headed there now.
And it looks like we've got a fairly clear shot to that meld canister. We're going to have Pink go on
Aye, aye,
Overwatch.
Commander.
And we're going to do a little bit of leapfrogging. And no, I don't mean anybody's going to be actually playing leapfrog, although it seems like the sort of thing Drake might actually try. Be like, oh, I'll play leapfrog, and then he would jump over the top of someone who was crouched down and immediately shatter his spine into 100,000 pieces. That's very risky. I'm actually going to take Kesha and do a single move first, just to make sure this doesn't spawn a wave. Alright, looks cool. So Kesha then should be okay.
Enemy spotted.
Of course, she immediately made a fucking liar out of me. Thank you, Kesha. How delightful of you. So, Kesha in a terrible position now. Mel Gibson does have a pretty reasonable shot at that Berserker, or at that Muton. We're going to actually go ahead and take that. I could have disabled his weapon, but honestly I would prefer to save the disabled weapon for
Aye, aye, Commander.
the Mechtoid. Lindsay Lohan. He's going to go on Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Our Shiv has a shot. A very, very bad shot, so it's going to suppress instead. My goal is going to be to try to make that Mechtoid come towards us. And that leaves us with Bieber, who almost certainly is going to deploy a smoke grenade. And he covered... he can cover our two most vulnerable units, so we'll go ahead and throw that out. Let's see how Team Alien reacts. Ideally, we want them to come towards us a little bit. It's going to then be Overwatch for the Beebs. So apparently there's more than one Mechtoid. On the plus side, while we are fighting Mechtoids, which is something of a drawback, there is one thing we have going for us. At least we are not on the map where they just huddle back behind O.J. Simpson's Bronco and have a nice little circle jerk until A.J. Cowlings fails to come pick them up. And so some Overwatch actually landing reasonable hits there. And we do have Uncle Mel. Alright, so the suppressed Muton's going to hunker down. He's going to take a shot at... Nope, throwing a grenade. Well, that's one way to get around the smoke.
Fire in the hole!
So Kesha is almost definitely going to need to move because the car she's next to is en fuego! Fortunately, none of the aliens are on Overwatch. But let's start things off with Paris Hilton. We're going to have her rapid fire. Can we get a holo targeting on before we rapid fire? We can. Let's have Pink go ahead and set this up. She has holo targeting. And then we're going to have Paris Hilton rapid fire. And this should do quite a number on Sir Mechtoid here. Or considerably less than one might have expected it to do. That being said, however, we do have an opportunity for a capture. Drake is not going to be able to get there, but we can disable that Mechtoid's weapons. So that means Lohan has got to get a kill on Mr. Muton, and it's not looking exactly good in that respect. Kesha has got to move. There's unfortunately really no good spot for Kesha. Right, so we're going to have her drop straight back. And she now has this Muton flanked, which that should produce a kill. Or she could fire wildly over his head, which is also good.
Missed.
We're actually not in the best spot here. We need someone to kill that Muton. 38% is the best you can do, huh? Well, we're going to have Lohan take the low percentage shot. And fortunately, Lindsay managed to
X-ray
deliver.
down.
So we will then have... Just going to leave Drake in a terrible spot. Alright, we're going to take Drake and advance to here. And we're going to... Are you shitting me? Mel Gibson does not have a shot. So we set up thinking that Mel Gibson would have a shot at the Mechtoid, and now Mel Gibson does not have a shot at the Mechtoid. That's, well, that's fucking terrible. So Drake has missed.
Negative damage.
Yeah, negative damage. That's sure it was. So we're going to have to do something a little bit risky then also with Uncle Mel. Uncle Mel is going to have to move so he can get line of sight. And he's going to take a fairly low percentage disabling shot at this Mechtoid, which missed. Oh, no, okay, he connected.
Why don't you sit this
So we do have a
out?
chance at the capture. It's going to be Overwatch for Lohan. And you know what? Honestly, Overwatch for our Shiv as well. And then the Beebs is going to advance around and just throw a little bit of Medico. Put some salve here on, yeah, I want to throw a battle scanner. That's what I wanted to do. I actually want to put a little salve on Kesha.
Quit your bitching.
Well, now that's not a very nice thing to say to Kesha. What did she ever do to you? She got hit by a grenade. That wasn't her fault. I mean, arguably she was too close to the grenade. You could maybe make a case that it sort of was her fault, but... Curious how this mechtoid's going to react. Alright, so it reloaded. And Overwatch then for the Muton. So all in all, that actually went reasonably well. So apparently mechtoids are not stunnable. Well, that's different. So we need to draw this Overwatch then. That's going to be Pink's job.
I'm under fire.
And despite her 1940s linebacker build, Pink manages to successfully avoid the Overwatch. And you know what? We're just going to have Pink go ahead and finish that thing off. If it's not stunnable, there's no reason to not just shoot it in the mouth.
He's down. Negative. Weapons dry.
Look at Kit there. He's quivering in anticipation. He's really anxious to get into the fight. That's right, Michael. I am prepared and ready to deliver devastating damage to our foes. And suddenly Drake is in a terrible position. So, Paris Hilton, what can you do here? Kill a floater. How about that? Why don't you kill a floater? Alright, so Paris Hilton really tearing things up with the rapid fire. And we're going to take this 95%. And Uncle Mel drives that nail from across the board. He's like an Amish man at a barn raising, man. He's never met a nail he couldn't pound in. That's going to leave Kit to put the kill here on Sir Muton. Not exactly your greatest shot ever, Kit, but we're going to have to risk it. Nice whiff, buddy. Nice whiff. And by nice whiff, I actually mean that was fucking terrible, man. Could have arguably put hollow targeting on him first, but I don't want to advance to that car because if we put another person in cover beside that car, that's almost guaranteed to catch a grenade. So we're going to have Kesha take a really terrible shot. Holy shit, she killed him. Kesha, apparently enraged by the earlier grenade, is looking for a little fucking payback. So we're going to have Lindsay Lohan slide over and go on Overwatch, just maybe in an effort to try and keep that Muton pinned down. And we're going to see if we can't get a smoke grenade over to cover Drake a little. That's right, Drake. Smoke it up, buddy.
Pop and smoke.
That just means the Muton's probably going to come around this other corner and throw a grenade at this car, then. Drake, quite happy, however, as he is in the Toke Cloud, so... He's losing ground, but it doesn't at all seem like he's losing ground. Oh, no, actually, he did fall back. Double fallback for Marty McMuton there. So we went forward to get the meld canister, and for a change, we're actually going to get to it before it closes.
In hand, Commander.
Well done, Drake. Why don't you change cover and go on Overwatch.
Scanning.
On the move.
And we're going to do just a little bit of reshuffling here. We need to get some folks to a more forward position. Lindsay Lohan being chief among those folks.
Moving to designated position.
She's going to take Drake's old position. Mel Gibson needs to reload. We'll have him advance to this half cover, crouch down behind this modest family sedan, and reload. Mel Gibson, a noted family man, always supporting the family sedans and reasonable, ecologically sound, and friendly transportation.
We're green to go.
Mel Gibson, strong supporter of the Green Party. Our ship's just going to fall back slightly and reload. He is out of ammunition and arguably our most damaging unit for the mechtoid that is almost certainly lurking around somewhere. And this may seem a little unusual, but I'm actually going to medicine Pink again. I want her at full health.
Hey, quiet, you big baby. You're fine.
Man, seriously, Justin Bieber, you're a fucking douche. Show some respect for the ladies, man. I mean, I know they say chivalry is dead and we're all supposed to be equal and everything now, but, I mean, you could at least show some fucking common courtesy, Justin Bieber. Jesus, she's not one of your fucking fans. You don't have to treat her like shit.
They're trying to pull back.
They don't appear to be trying to pull back. Appear to be suppressing Lindsay Lohan. So we're going to send Kit in to do the dangerous job. That's fine, Michael. I will use my turbo boost. Please don't turbo boost, Kit. And if our shot, 42%'s okay. I was going to say, if our hit percentage is really, really terrible, we'll counter-suppress. Which, arguably, we probably maybe should have counter-suppressed. Mel Gibson will have a shot, though, and this is a pretty good one. Mel Gibson delivering some long-range damage.
No! No, I want to go home!
You're our team leader, Mel. When you panic from a muton who's that far away, it looks really bad for the squad, buddy. Really bad. But Lindsay Lohan's going to take a low percentage shot, and apparently not low enough percentage because Lindsay drilled that punk ass right in the skull. What my plan was to have her take the low percentage shot, and then if it did not connect, she was going to mind fray him, but Lindsay decided to just go straight up for the kill. She's not going to mess around with any kind of secondary backup strategies. Lindsay's all about getting it done the first time and getting it done right.
I'm ready.
I mean, she takes that same approach to her drinking and drug abuse, and I think we can all say that if there's one thing Lindsay Lohan is successful at, she knows how to get liquor into her bloodstream. I mean, she has a gift, honestly.
I'm on the move.
Just a little advance for Drake. He's going to reload, actually. And here comes our other friendly neighborhood Mechtoid. Mechtoid, of course, on Overwatch, as they are wont to do. Mel Gibson still freaking out about, I have no idea what. I don't understand what the hell your problem is, Mel. I mean, I really don't. So Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton could really, really ruin his shit. The problem is she'll be in a very, very bad spot after the shit ruining. You know what? Honestly, though, I actually think it's worth it. So we're going to go ballsy. Paris, ruin his shit. That's so 5 damage and a shred, followed by 4 damage. Not quite as good of a shit ruining as I was hoping for, to be honest. I was hoping for more thoroughly ruined shit. So Pink is then going to... I'm just trying to find a good spot. Pink's going to dash to here. Our goal is to draw the Overwatch, which we then failed to do. That's real bad. We'd have 2... Alright, well... We have no choice then. We've got to get some sort of cover for Paris Hilton. I can't believe that, That's because I used my turbo boosters, Michael. No one can hit me when I turbo boost. You know that. And a 92% chance to hit from this position then, so... I just want to make sure that's not a drone. Nope, that's actually on the Mechtoid. We're going to take it. He's shredded. Man, that's some crippling damage there from Kit. That's right, Michael. I've recently upgraded my laser capacitors as well. So the Beebs here, with an opportunity... Of course, not an opportunity to shoot at that Mechtoid, apparently, because, well, fuck us forever, basically. What can you mine, Frey? Anything? You know what? Mind Fray that. Actually, that's better than your hit percentage. Go ahead and Mind Fray him.
Voices in your head.
Ooh, very spooky, Justin. Very spooky. Voices in your head. They want you dead. So with him panicked, I'm actually going to take a little bit of a risk here with Drake, and you know what? That may be a little more risky than is necessary.
Orders confirmed.
Let's take a somewhat more calculated risk.
Here they come.
What the shit, man? Apparently a truckload of mutons just drove up as well because, well, fuck us forever, basically. So Drake is almost certainly fucking screwed. That's just a hell of a lot of fire that's going to be coming his way. He can take out that Mechtoid at least, so that's, I mean, that's something. Kesha could really do us a fine turn with some quality grenades if we could get them into play, but I don't really think that's going to happen. How far can you throw one? Far enough to blow up the car that is the only thing between Drake and a certain death. So why don't you just take your low percentage shot instead and go ahead and miss. Pretty sure that just leaves us Lohan. Yeah, I tend to agree, Lohan. It is in no way good.
Solid copy.
You're gonna have to try and contribute something. You know what? Can you mind, Frey? Let's do that, please. That's much more likely to save Drake than taking a very low percentage shot. So he intimidates despite being panicked himself. That's weird. Drone apparently going to the repair on the nothing there. That sectoid is supposed to be panicked. We mind frayed him. And I really should have perhaps brought a Rocketeer along. So the sectoid's responding in kind. Mind fray for mind fray. Overwatch. And I'm guessing that's going to be some kind of Overwatch as well. So really it's just this Muton we have to worry about. And he's actually not even... Wow, he shot at Paris Hilton and whiffed. That's unexpected. We had... ooh, that's bad. So, Pink, critically wounded. That's not good. We will have a chance to stabilize Pink, however. So we're going to have to relieve some of the pressure. We no longer have a scout because, well, Pink is in a puddle bleeding. We need quality shots here. Put it on that... disable weapon is so tempting. It actually has a much lower chance to hit. Alright. Well, we're just going to take the rig... No, no, no! Wrong guy! God damn it! Well, that was not what I wanted at all. Just wanted to see what the hit percentage was on the disabling shot, and instead we actually took the disabling shot. So, that means... The Knight Industries 2000 is going to have to rely on his recently upgraded alloy plating. That's right, Michael. My alloy plating makes me impossible to hit. And I would say it's a damn good thing. Wow, I'm not liking any of this. This is a plethora of shittiness. Now he got the hit, however, so we can't fault him there. Now the Beebster is eventually going to have to get over to assist Pink. We have some time, but we don't have forever. And his hit percentage is not good.
I'm on the move.
All right, we've got to get Kesha in, and she's going to have to start ruining some shit. So Kesha, I want you to make somebody have a real bad day. For several someones, if you can blow up some of these vehicles as well, that would be nice. So one Muton is down. Lindsay Lohan has some shots. Not great shots, but some shots. And Paris Hilton is actually still flanked. I don't want to move Paris Hilton, but she's going to have to move. And Drake, of course, does not have a flashbang. And since he is mind frayed, he is effectively completely worthless. So go ahead and take that shot. Alright, Lohan getting a kill. That's... well, that was surprisingly useful, actually. Unlike most things that Lindsay Lohan has done in her life and career, that was actually surprisingly handy.
Aye, aye, ready.
With her second shot, she's going to suppress just to try to keep that guy down. So that leaves us Paris Hilton and Bieber. We cannot leave Paris Hilton in the open like this, or she's just going to be Pink Redux. We've got to get her to a firing position, but also one that incorporates some cover. Unfortunately, You know what? That actually may be the best position for her. Something of a long run, and then the Beebs. You know what? Actually, Bieber, why don't you suppress that guy? It's really going to be the best use of your talents. You know, sing Baby or something. That'll fucking keep anybody down. And you're going to hunker down, Drake. So we're in a bit of a Mexican standoff here. I'm actually waiting for one of the aliens to come running forward and tell us that one of us is going to leave missing an ear or not being able to fuck anymore. And it looks like the missing ear is going to go to Kit. Now, alien, she has covering fire.
Taking fire over here.
Mutons can take a shot at our Shiv. Yep. And actually a whiff. That guy is the worst Muton of all time. So 2 turns until Pink bleeds out. That's less than optimal. Alright, Mel Gibson, what do you got for shots? Go ahead and please kill that guy. Thank you, Mel.
Commander, it would be preferable if we attempted to retrieve those canisters rather than destroying them.
I'm not entirely sure what the hell you're talking about, Dr. Valen. I don't know what you're on about. So the beam's out of ammo, and we still have a problematic floater. Just sort of taking a look at our available shots. I'm actually tempted to take that shot. You know what? I think 251s is better. Well, I know mathematically it is better. It's more likely to generate a single hit.
Toasted.
And it actually wasn't the target I really wanted to shoot at. Once again, thanks. We have no Overwatch. This is going to leave Kesha flanked, but the flank... Oh, I can't... Where's Pink at? Am I standing on her corpse? I believe I'm standing on Pink's corpse. So we're going to go ahead and end this chumple with a grenade. Yep. That's got him taken care of with a combination grenade and car.
Moving to position.
We'll then take Bieber forward. Bieber's going to stabilize.
You're good. Just stay with me.
That's right, Pink. Come on. Stay with us, Pink. Stay with us. Stay Pink, too. We're going to move Drake to full cover. He cannot run and gun, unfortunately. That's something of a drawback. Lindsay Lohan has nowhere to be. So it's going to be reload and Overwatch for Lohan, then.
Roger. Got my eyes on.
Our Shiv is going to... Well... Kit's going in to take one for the team. He's going to charge straight at the enemy and then reload, which... Not really dramatic, but it is effective. Now, arguably, that Muton could catch 2 of our troopers with a grenade if he was wise. That's exactly what he would do. But it looks like no damage from that shot. You'll have to do better than that, my dronelish friend, if you'd like to take out Kit. I am awesome. So, once again, our Shiv doing its job. And Pink... Oh, this is Kesha, rather. Seriously, Kesha? You couldn't even finish up with the kill? Come on. Paris Hilton, rapid fire that piece of shit out of the planet, please. So that's a hit. Holy crap, Paris Hilton has been coming up huge. So, I know I talked at length, actually, about the rapid fire bug, but it seems like whatever that bug is, it's either been patched out or simply doesn't exist, because Paris Hilton has been fucking annihilating everyone she comes across with rapid fire. And this should be a kill. And please let that be the end of mission. Okay.
Good work, Commander.
So, tough but fair. We did suffer a critical wound, but no operatives lost, 14 aliens killed. Operation Dark Sentinel, a Dark Guardian indeed, but fortunately a Guardian Angel of our own was looking over the shoulders of Pink. Then again, I shouldn't be surprised that she's critically wounded. I mean, come on. You've seen Pink. You'd have to run her over with a fucking truck if you actually wanted to hurt her. I'm just saying, she's stoutly built. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know. It's an unconventional build, but that's not to say it's, you know, unattractive. Actually, Pink cuts a fine figure. It's just a finely sort of managed one. Anyway, only promotion was Kesha. Despite having Mel Gibson getting 14 kills and getting the bonus kill EXP, and Pink, my dear, 40 days in the hospital, I would have expected a little faster recovery time given your just previously mentioned brick shithouse build. Take what you can get, I guess. So it's definitely going to be heat warheads for Pink. Or, I keep calling Kesha Pink. I don't know why I do that. Seriously, she's going to fucking come at me TikTok style and beat me about the head and face with a grandfather clock if I keep it up. And deservedly so. Definitely heat warheads, however, for Kesha. Kesha out for 14 days, even though she only took a single point of damage. But heat warheads will give her fantastic grenade abilities for robotic enemies. That'll be fine when we run into clusters of floaters, heavy floaters especially, and mechtoids if you ever get a bunch of those, although that's unlikely. Still a little bit disappointed that we didn't get more promotions. 5 days of fatigue for Uncle Mel Gibson. And by fatigue, Uncle Mel means 5 days of steady drinking. It really wears him out. Seriously, the guy has tennis elbow from, you know, hefting the handles over and over. Gets hard on the tendons and ligaments. A little bit of loot, nothing critically important. Did get 9 meld, which is good. We've been using quite a bit of meld lately. Panic in Nigeria decreased by 2. Boy, that almost makes up for the whole satellite debacle from earlier. Commander. Yeah, you're gonna touch me, Optimus Prime. The cool caress of your robot metal hands. I almost sort of look forward to it, actually. Although, given my performance lately, I would imagine it's actually going to be you touching me around the throat as you strangle me. So, probably deserve it. But with the looming threat of robotic strangulation from Optimus Prime, I think I'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, of course, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support means a lot. And if you'd like more daily XCOM, feel free to subscribe as well. We'll see you again soon.